Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Femathon and this is the Femathon book tag. This tag was created by Faye. I'll leave her channel and the video linked below, and she created this as part of the Femathon Readathon we're doing this month in March. So the first question is an ugly book cover that you love. I'm going to go with Heidi by Joanna Spry. I wouldn't necessarily say this is ugly, I would just say it's boring because it's an old classic edition, but I love it. I really love this colour. I love old editions of books, and this is a beautiful book with some lovely illustrations, and I absolutely adored Heidi when I was a child, and I need to reread it at some point actually. Yeah, I love this story. And the next question is a book with an authentic female friendship, and I'm going to go with A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This book and the Wayfarer series in general is all about the friendships and relationships between people. It's a character-based story and it's slice of life. And in this book, there's some beautiful female friendships, and just seeing them develop. Some of them you see develop from the beginning because they were first introduced in this book, and a few that you see have been going on for about many years. And I just think it's a beautiful friendship, beautiful relationships. Yeah, and I just think that's one of the best parts about this series is the friendships, and in this book in particular, the female relationships are lovely to see, and they're not based on like bitchiness and being mean to each other, which is nowadays a lot of female friendships are showcased that way. These relationships and friendships are very pure and honest and lovely. The next question is a protagonist strong for femininity, and I'm going to go with Meg from Little Women, and possibly you could say all four sisters in Little Women would come under this question, but by Louisa May Alcott, if you didn't know. They are very feminine characters. Well, three of them are very overtly feminine characters. Like, they like wearing their dresses, they like dressing up, they look nice just because of the time period it's set. That's the way they are. But Meg in particular is a very feminine character, and her whole story arc is about falling in love and getting married and having children. And okay, that might seem very traditional and very stereotypical, especially of the time period, but she's such a strong character, in despite of it, because she still is all about taking care of her family, and her sisters come first and her family comes first. And yeah, I just think she's perfect for this question. The next question is a book with a matriarchy, and I really struggled to find a book with this that I've read, and I honestly really couldn't, except I've chosen the Circle series by Nora Roberts. This is the first book, Morrigan's Cross, and there's a character in here, Moira, and she hails from another place, I should say, and she is going to be queen and take over. So she's running that kingdom, and it's just her. She's just a woman by herself running it, and this is the closest I could get. I don't have a book that's like totally a matriarchy, but this character Moira is also very strong in her femininity, and is scared of her position and being able to take over as queen, and she's unsure of her ability to rule. And yeah, this book, I love this series so much. Vampires and witches and lots of magic and stuff as well. The next question is a book tackling feminism, and I definitely haven't read enough books that tackle feminism, so that's something I need to kind of improve. But I've picked Kissing the Witch by Emma Donoghue. This is a short story collection with classic fairy tales, but retold with a feminist twist, and there's lots of kick-ass ladies in here, and it's a really good kind of alternative way to read a lot of these classic short stories. Next question is a book that is a guilty pleasure, quote unquote, sort of thing. And for me, I think I have a guilty pleasure author, and it is Charlene Harris. So I've picked Dead Until Dark, the first book in the Stookie Sackhouse series, or the True Blood series if you've watched the show. This is definitely a guilty pleasure series. She does like paranormal like romance books. Some of them are mystery, kind of paranormal, mystery, romancy kind of stories. And this series in particular is vampires, there's shapeshifters, there's other magical creatures in play. And it's a really long series, it's like a 13-book series, and I love them so much. I love most of Charlene Harris's books, and if you take them out of context to the rest of my reading, they're very out of place. You wouldn't think that I would like these kind of books. But yeah, I'm not embarrassed that I love her books. Whenever I do review them on this channel and talk about them, I do preface that these aren't for everyone and that they are a bit of a departure from the rest of my reading tastes that you see on my channel. But yeah, love them. And the bonus question is a favourite book by a female author with a female protagonist. And I couldn't not pick Merad from The Gift by Alison Croggon. And this is the first book in the first book of Pelennor. That's just what the books are called. Merad is a slave in this kind of old-timey kind of village, and a bard who are magic users comes through, realises that she's a magic user as well, and that she's from a lost place that was like ransacked, and he's going to try and get her out and stop her being a slave. And the series is excellent, so good, high fantasy, like young adult, excellent female characters. And Merad is such a strong character. She's had a really terrible beginning to life, and she goes through many trials and hardships, but she comes out the better for it, and she grows and develops and changes and becomes stronger. And I just think she's got a really great arc, and I love this series so much. I'm actually going to be rereading this series this year because there's a prequel book I never got to reading that came out years after I first read the series. So I'm going to read the prequel and then reread the series, and I'm really looking forward to it because I love this world so much. And I would definitely recommend you pick it up if you're interested in a kind of high fantasy young adult book with a really excellent, strong female protagonist. So that's been the Femathon tag. I'm not going to tag anyone in particular, but if you're watching this tag and you're taking part in the Femathon, I tag you to do it. So let me know down in the comments if you are taking part in the Femathon, and if you're going to do this tag, let me know so I can watch your video, and just trying to encourage more people to read books by female authors or female aligned authors with female protagonists, and just celebrate female authors because that's what we're doing for the Femathon this month. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.